Hello everybody. Okay, this is my model for today. Her name is Victoria. Okay, I'm going to be using her for my stage 2 practical. I hope you guys watch to the end and enjoy it. Thank you so very much. Okay, at this point I'll be prepping her face. First of all, I'm going to groom her brows. Watch me as I groom the brows. First of all, I comb the her brow up. Then I trim the under, then I comb also upward, then I trim it. So watch me as I trim the brow, also comb it downward to remove the excess hair from the brows. Look, at this point I will be using micellar water to cleanse her face, to remove dirty from her face. That's what I'm doing here. I'm removing dirty from her face with a cotton pad. Then at this point also I want to tune her face to tighten her pores from her face. Then I'll spray her face with the Badoski, and also I will be using the serum to massage her skin also. That's what I'm doing. I'm massaging it so it can sink into her skin to give her that baby look. So that's what I'm doing. I'm massaging to her skin to make sure everything is balanced, to make sure everything is well blended. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Then the next stage, I'll be using Cetaphil. I'll be using Cetaphil moisturizer to moisturize her skin, to keep her skin moisturized. So I will massage it into her skin. I'll put it direct to the skin to massage it very well, to blend it very well. You know, in makeup, blending is a key in makeup. So I'll make sure I blend it to her skin, let it sit to her skin. Also remember that in each product you put on the skin, you should allow it to sit on the skin before you put the next one. Okay, the next one I'll be using is a Zaron oil block. She has an oily skin. Her skin is so oily, so I'll be using it all over her skin, all over her face, except the under eyes. Except her under eyes, I'll massage it to the skin very well. Then allow it to sit before apply another product into her skin. So I'm trying to massage into her skin. The next thing I'll be using Gentle Dove. Gentle Dove works very well in an oily skin, so I'll put it where I'm seeing a lot of oil on her face, except her under eyes. Also, I'll put it everywhere there's oil, because she has an oily face. I'm putting it everywhere except her under eye. I also put it on her brow area, also because there's an oil on her brow, so I'll put it on her brow to dry up the oil from her brow. So I'll be using Maro Badoski to spray her face. It's hydrating spray to set the face. So the next thing, I'll apply my foundation. I'll apply my foundation, and I will be dabbing. I'll be dabbing. I actually found it difficult while applying foundation on her skin. I don't know. I couldn't even explain what happened, but I tried my best in blending it, in getting a proper skin blended. Okay, so I blended it to her skin. Okay, at this point I'll be applying a brush on her face. I use the Tehila blush on her face, so that when I'm blending it to her skin, I'm making sure everything is blended to her skin. Okay, I use an orange, then the red mixed together, properly mixed together to blend her cheek area, her blush area. So that's what I'm doing. I'm carefully blending it. The next thing, I'll be using Issa and Dove Pro Concealer to conceal her under eyes. I'm concealing her under eye with Pro Concealer. I'm taking it gently to conceal her under eye. So I'm placing it After placing it, and I will blend it. I'll blend it properly to her skin. Okay, at this point, I'm still blending her face. I'm still blending the highlighted area. You can see I'm still blending is the key when it comes to makeup. I'm still blending the whole face. I'm blending the whole face. Okay, see how flawless it's looking, how beautiful it's looking, well blended. I'm still looking out for harsh lines to blend, looking out for where I need to be blend. Okay, at this point I'll be applying my powder, Zickel powder palettes. So I'm applying powder all over the face, both on the blushed area. Now what I'm doing, I'm applying powder on the face to make sure everything is giving, making everything is well done. So now what I'm doing, I hope you're enjoying the video. Sorry. Okay, I'm still I'm making sure everything is well blended, both her neck area, making sure everything is well blended. There's no harsh lines, both the under eyes. See how it's looking very beautiful, flawless. So I'll be contouring her nose. To give that pointed look. What I'm doing to contour her nose very well. See how it's looking. I'm contouring her nose with a darker shade of her skin. See how pointed it's looking. See how that T-zone is giving. Because at this point I will be blushing, adding a little blush to her chin. You know, initially I used the cream blush, so now I'm using a powder blush just to enhance it a bit, to enhance the look. Just a little bit of the blush. I'm using a classic blush on her face. I touched both the head, her hairlines, her chin, her cheek, and her chin also. So that's looking flawless. Okay, the next thing I'll be using a RCMA setting powder to bake her face. Okay, I'm baking her face. Everything is going well, everything is looking nice. I have to bake her face, get that under eyewear baked, so that the fallout of eyeshadow I could wipe it off from the with the setting powder, with the RCMA. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, at this point I'll be in a reverse contour on her cheek. Okay, instead of using the RCMA powder, setting powder, I used her skin color powder to do a reverse. Okay, the next now I'll be going to her brows. I'll be using a thin and tame to tame her brows. See how it's looking, to tame her brows, to get the brows separate, white tamed, tame her brows. So the next thing, I'll do both the left and the right of her brows. The next thing, I'll be drawing her brows. After taming the brows, I will draw her brows with my wood pencil. I didn't do much though, because the tame has actually done a good work here. You can see how it's looking. So I just a little touch of the brows, then I'll conceal it. I'm not doing much. You can see how it's looking. It's looking fine in my eyes. I hope it's looking fine also in your own eyes. Looking very beautiful. Everything is just going well. See the brow, very beautiful. See how it's looking. Everything is just, it's giving, it's fine. Okay, next thing I'll be concealing her brows. I'll be concealing her brows. I discovered that while I was applying the foundation was a bit lighter than her, so that's why I tried using a darker shade so I could get her skin match with her neck. As it's looking so fine, even well blended with her skin. Her neck, if you look at her neck, it's looking the same way with the face. So that's also why I used the shade I used on my concealer. I think it's a very light shade because initially it was looking a bit lighter. So I'm making everything look how it's looking so fine. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, next thing I'll be going to have eyeshadow. I'll be using the leftover concealers to apply on the eyeshadow before using my primer. Okay, so I'm using my primer from Issa and Dove concealer palette. So I'm blending it properly. Make sure if you are applying your eyeshadow, your cleanse or your model shouldn't be looking up. The eye should be face down, should be looking downward so that you can get a flawless shadow. Okay, first of all, I'm using the powder palette from the Ezekiel to apply on the contour area of the brows. That's what I'm doing. You guys can see. I'm applying it. I'm drying it up. You know it's wet. The concealer I use is wet, so I'm drying it so it doesn't look cakey after the makeup. Then I'm also using the powder palette to set. I'm setting the face. I'm first setting the brows. Now what I'm doing first of all with my powder palette to set the brows, the shadow very well. I'm setting it very well with the powder. At this point, I'm dusting out the setting powder from the under eyes so I could work on the the water lines. So I could smudge it. I'm smudging the eyes, the under eyes with a transition color.
My plate, you don't know what you do. I can make it heavy on your body like honey stacks, make it bring it over to my plate. You don't know what you do. I can make it heavy on your body like to my plate. You don't know what you do. I can make it heavy on your body like honey stacks, make it bring it over to my plate. You don't know what you do. I can make it heavy on your body like to my plate.
So this is the final look. Look at my model looking so beautiful. Thank you, Afma, for this opportunity to show myself, to show my talent to the world. Look, see my model looking very beautiful. Thank you, Afma, for the privilege to be in the competition, for taking me to the next stage. Thank you.